Hey everybody, thank you in advance for your support and your viewership. Grand Rising, good afternoon and good evening. This one is a viewer's request, and I thank you in advance, Elizabeth, for your patience because you asked for this reading a while ago and finally it's here. Today's reading is going to be on Nipsey Hussle. Now, it took me a while to get ready to do this reading because I felt like I needed to mentally and emotionally prepare. When Nip passed, I took it really hard because for me, it was like they took the energy of the Messiah again, the same way they took Tupac away from us. You took another strong individual who was able to help change the minds of not just the youth, but whoever he came in contact with, whether it was just his voice or you met him in person. He was able to elevate the vibration, which is something that we need so terribly bad today. He taught people how to invest in themselves, how to become entrepreneurs. He was an extremely compassionate and intelligent young man, but he was definitely about his business. If you even attempted to get disrespectful and try him. And this is what people like so much about him, because he really is a genuine soul. Just to even hear about, the stories like I want to say there was a guy who worked for the power company, and he had to come out and fix the power lines out in the alley behind Nip's, his establishment, his business. And he said he had no idea who Nip was, but, he had come out and talked to him, and he was so kind. He offered him something to eat and said he was just the nicest person he ever met. And when he saw on the news that he had passed away, the man took it so personal, because here it is, this was such a kind, respectful person that he left such an indelible image on him just in that one meeting. So, thank you, Elizabeth, for requesting this reading. It is my honor to read Nipsey Hussle. This man came from a very powerful bloodline. If you're not familiar with his ethnic background, his father is Eritrean, which is the bloodline of Selassie. And when you look into Nip's face, you can see Selassie all over him. So, I've already said my prayers off camera, and I pray for the protection of every last one of you that watch this as well. Peace be with you and many blessings. Let's tap into Neighborhood Nip, the biggest homie of them all. Nip, I need you to be as detailed as you possibly can be. Take us on a trip and explain whatever it is that you want to talk to us about. Angels, ancestors, and spirit guides of the highest heavenly order, help me to tap in and give the most accurate messages I can give. Alrighty. Nip, what do you want to say? So here it is. We've got the King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles comes out first. So like I said, this is a man who is about his business, integrity, and actual entrepreneurship. But the energy that I'm getting is, this isn't somebody who wanted to sit at the top alone. He wanted to see every man that he came across in this energy. Financially stable and able to provide comfortably. He wanted everyone in the business of entrepreneurship, whatever it is that they brought to the table. He wanted them to be able to be strong in their ability to be financially astute. So here it is. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is a very attractive woman. This is a trophy, a showpiece, someone who, you know, comes in the energy of being a hustler, also a woman that is sexually charged. You know, this is someone that, when everything first started, came in celebratory energy to collaborate, but ended up bringing energy as a third party. Eventually, this turned into anxiety. This is almost like, I want you guys to pay attention to the spiritual energy of this card. Let's look at the illustration. You see how someone was watching over this person, and this person in the bed knows that they're being watched. They have anxiety, but this is a private energy, because who is here to witness this? This is the energy that I'm getting, to where he knew he was being watched. He knew that it was someone very powerful that had their eyes on him, and it was causing him to have the weight of the world on his shoulders. Tell me more about who this was. Yeah, bottom of the deck. Temperance is the card of balance through a new beginning, but when someone has passed away, this is their soul being lifted. This is the energy that I get from this card. This woman put him in a position to where the balance would come through the new beginning by him no longer being here. Tell me more. Now, this also represents a businessman. This is a man that is possibly in his 40s, middle aged, or someone who's very established. What is it about this man? Being that this man and this woman are in two different suits, this is showing me that they're not in a relationship, but they definitely are in cahoots with each other somehow, some way. We're about to take this trip. Yeah, bottom of the deck, the devil. Oh, man. Very toxic, maleficent energy. Oh, wow. Where'd that go? So we've got the Knight of Swords in reverse. And that card literally did a backflip. That's somebody not being forthright about the messages that they were coming forth to bring him about a financial opportunity or business arrangement. Bottom of the deck is Five of Pentacles. Um, yeah, this person was, whatever they were doing, they didn't have what it took to get this off the ground. Okay, this is a person who, it feels like this, not just financial poverty, but this is a person who was not accepted in the community, put it that way. Okay, this person needed his influence to tap in, but they definitely did not tell him the truth about this business opportunity. So now you got this woman here who, after everything is all said and done, this woman leaves a toxic situation or something that was considered to be dangerous, and goes for her own safekeeping. Six of Swords, takes her baby. Okay, see this? Takes her baby and moves on. And she does this in the dead of the night, which means how she moves, the way she moves, is not truly being seen, because most of her moves are done in a covert way. That's why this woman is moving in the dark, because this is like an exodus. She, wow. Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck. That's a card of considering options. That's also libations. What is this? Okay, so here it is. You go into this situation, this third-party business agreement. You celebrated, everything was going well for you. And then Five of Pentacles, okay? Somehow, some way, there's a deficit in this situation. Bottom of the deck, heartbreak. This feels like almost like a Ponzi scheme. Why does this feel like a Ponzi scheme? This whole situation put Nip in a line of fire, okay? Because here it is, this considering the options, Seven of Pentacles, excuse me, Seven of Cups, pardon me. The Seven of Cups falling under the Nine of Swords, which is the card of anxiety, knowing that you're being watched, knowing that you have a very powerful person who has shifty, dark energy, has maleficent intentions watching you. Yeah, a choice had to be made, because here it is, the Ten of Wands. Why is this Ten of Wands attached to this choice that had to be made? See how you got this King of Cups at the bottom of the deck? King of Cups represents someone that is very deep in their feelings. They, are even drowning in emotion, but they hide how they feel to the public. So this could be somebody that's like stewing in their feelings, but they keep their game face. Somebody who could sit and, be in your face on the regular, talk to you on the regular, but literally be seething on the inside. But they hide it well. They walk around with a strong poker face, despite having like raging emotions. Forward movement and expansion. on this established man. Yeah. Now, if I read it this way, this person who did not tell the truth decided to bail on the situation because they knew that once everything came to light, because you see the darkness back here, light is this way. This person is traveling, going towards, the dawn of a new day. Once things came to light that this opportunity was not going to pay out, that it was going to flatline, the bottom was going to fall out of it. They had to consider their options and make a choice. And that choice was to make a move on Nip because they lied, allegedly, about some type of business opportunity that was not going to pay out. And they didn't want to face Nip. It was something, like I said, they needed his influence to get something done, but they had no intention on cutting him in on this deal. The sun falls under the Ace of Coins, which is Pentacles, and this Knight of Swords in reverse. So something came to light. They didn't expect Nip to be as intelligent as he was. He was way smarter, way brighter than they expected. And that in itself was a hangman. Here it is. Little black boy in the ghetto is a genius. But they looked at him like, he should be shining their shoes. Blew him away how intelligent he really was. It was something he figured out that usually would take a team of business people to put it together. But he did this by himself. The Chariot. Now look at this. You've got this Chariot that falls under the Queen of Wands, the Six of Swords. So once again, like I said, there is an exodus. Got to escape, got to move on. Chariot is a vehicle. Also, if you're asking a yes and no question in the upright, this will be yes. So now it's like this plan is in overdrive. There is haste to get this accomplished because they needed him out of the way. They did not want to cut him in on whatever this was. And there's somebody that, not even just somebody, there were a few people that were involved in this that he trusted, business-wise and personal. That's why you got Three of Cups here. This third-party energy, 3 people in particular who stood to lose something, 5 of Pentacles, because they were about to be, found out. And this was a hangman. See, 8 of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. This is the card that represents work and being studious. So, here it is. They thinking this just a hood dude. This just somebody who, got in trouble a couple times, possibly done something illegal here and there. But they did not expect him to really take this serious the way that he did, to look into the documents, to really pay attention to the legalese in the paperwork. And see, at first, he trusted, he followed along with these people because they spoke very well. You know, they spoke the king's English. They sound very intelligent. They're attached to, you know, some very important big people. So it's like, okay, I'm trusting in you because this is what you do and you've made a name for yourself. But then he, you know, being the real hustler that he is, being the Leo that he is, decided, well, let me learn more about this. Let me really, really, really get off into this paperwork. Because now that I'm involved in this, I'm inspired. I want to do the best that I can do. I want to elevate. And then I want to take the information that I got, take it back to the hood, and all of us can come up, right? Because he never just thought about himself. Yeah, he hustled and he grind to feed his. But the ultimate goal for Nip was to build a society, a community, where nobody in the hood would ever have to worry about being broke again if he could teach them how to flip this and work just like him. So now we got the Nine of Pentacles, independent woman. So here it is. This is where the anxiety is really coming from. This woman is attached to these larger figures, you know, sitting up here thinking about what to do, considering her options. And she's consulting with a man who possibly could be a water sign, okay? This water sign is someone who is at the top of the food chain for what it is that he does. But this is also somebody that's territorial. I want you to think about that. Because remember, I said this is somebody who gets very deep in their emotions, deep in their feelings, petty even, but never really shows you how they actually feel. Not until it's too late. So, bam, here it is. I told y'all he's studying, he's learning. He ended up being too smart for their own good. And this was what the Ten of Wands was. The weight of the world on their shoulders. This is why they had to make a choice. Two of Wands. Because this ain't your regular hood dude. We didn't realize this man is actually a genius. Smarter than we thought. Actually smarter than most of the people involved in this. And they needed balance through a new beginning. Unfortunately, they needed to lift his soul to have a new beginning. You see this? How does this man keep popping up? This man is the one who made the decision to get him out of the way. This was a man he really didn't talk to that often, you know, dealt with, you know, cordially but superficially. He didn't really kick it with this person like that. And that's part of why this person felt the way they felt as well. What is this about why you dealt with this person loosely. He already had to go through a separation with this person to get balanced through a new beginning to get his money. This is when he got his money up. He had to separate himself, had to, you know, feed this person out of long handle spoon, because this is where the superficial, you know, communication comes from due to this person's actions. Look at this. And just like that, over his success, over his money, over everything that he put into building his brand, this person took it so personal that they wanted to bring him to an end. They wanted him out the way. And they decided that they were going to take action. And this was a wish fulfillment. And here it is. Transition through a final end. But this woman right here, this Queen of Swords is also a businesswoman. What did this businesswoman have to do with this? Y'all, I couldn't make this up if I tried. It was a wish fulfillment to call judgment on him, to call him home. This businesswoman, this was something connected to a fight, but it's like, y'all, this is giving me the energy of, you know, the overlay for the underplay. Orchestrating a fight to put a person in a position to get lined up. What I tell you. See this? Judgment. Gabriel blowing his horn, calling the saints home. Now, Queen of Cups, very intuitive woman. She knew what would happen if they orchestrated this and caused this to happen. Okay? See all this blue in these cards? Because I want y'all to pay attention. Blue in the Death card. Blue in this Queen of Cups card. Blue in this Queen of Swords card. This is a woman who was associating very closely within the ranks of the Crips. And this is not saying that she's a Crip, but she was allowed to move about. Why is this? You see this? A fight that was set up. Because Seven of Swords means this is sneaky, conniving energy. This is someone who's scheming. This is someone who's plotting, someone who's planning. But look at the colors. Pay attention. Blue. Now, who do we know he got in this fight with? None other than Shitty Cuz, right? Energy is telling me that this whole situation, even down to them getting into it, was orchestrated. It was manipulated. I'll put it that way. Now, being that you got this Knight of Swords in reverse here, there was a lie that was told or a miscommunication that was told. Possibly had enough truth to it, but it was twisted in some kind of way. And they knew that because Nip stood on business, that it was something that he would address or had to address, and it put him in a line of fire. Here he is defending himself, defending what he believes in, okay? And this woman, she was intuitive. She knew if she sowed this seed that he was going to defend whatever he felt was right and just. He was going to call something out. He was going to defend it. But this was a sneaky roundabout way to put him in a position to become the wounded warrior. See, the wounded warrior fights and fights again. So she could have put him in more than one situation. And this is why we got the wounded warrior, because it wasn't easy to get him in this position, to get him down. See this? Here it is. Him defending himself, him protecting, and then getting cut off. Okay? Two of Swords is being cut off. And being that you see this blue bandana, he was blind to the fact of how he really got cut off. This was somebody getting lined up all the way around, because they needed him out the way, because something was going on with the business, with the money, and they could not afford to have to face Nipsey about what was happening with this business. Now, I'm going to end this here, and this is going to be the part 1. But please believe, I'm going to go until Nip tells me to stop. Thank you again for your viewership and support. And this is Neighborhood Nip, the biggest homie of them all. I purposely did not name names because I needed to say whatever it was that I needed to say without allegedly. This is so messed up. Trusted in people, worked with people, looked out for people who turn around and snake you because they get jealous, but they can't move like you. They can't hustle like you. They don't have the influence to come to the hood like you. So they use you to get their way in. And then once they get their foot in the door, they feel like they don't need you anymore. Truly sad. But I'm going to call this to a rest, and I'll kick it with y'all soon. This reading is adjourned.